everyone, welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie and I am back with a sneak peek from Diamond Art Club of one of their new releases this weekend. This is the very, very dreamy and very sweet The Nymph's Garden by Runa Mareuty. And look at how sweet this artwork is. Look at how pretty this render is just on the box. I cannot wait to share this one with you guys. This is going to be, 69.9 by 98.8 centimeters or 27.6 by 39 inches, and it is going to have square drills. This package feels big, so we're gonna see if we can get this pack of diamonds out without too much trouble, but we're gonna have lots of detail going on in this one. So if you are newer to DAC, this is going to be a pretty in-depth look at what their kits are like and what they have to offer as a company. So if you're here just for the special drills, I also totally get that. Feel free to skip ahead and I will see you at that point. So let's take a look at the box and some of the info here. 84 colors in this one, including 1 AB and 3 fairy dust. Over 100,000 diamonds total in this kit. It is going to be a big and detailed project. They have some information about how to diamond paint on the back. If you are newer to the craft, I'll also have some beginner how-to videos linked below that you can take a look at. Kit contents, we're going to go through all of that today, and I also just wanted to point out that they do put the name and the image for the kit at the bottom of the box, which I find pretty helpful with how I store my diamond paintings, which are stacked on their sides on shelves. So being able to look at the end of the box and easily see what the kit is actually very, very helpful. I really appreciate it. Now, if you're brand new to DAC and thinking of making your very first purchase, I do have a 20% off discount code you're welcome to use. It's just my name, Katie, Katie, and the number 20. Now, FYI, that is an affiliate code, so I may make a small commission if you choose to use it. Oh no, I ripped that. Dang it. I was wondering, I was like, it's so stuffed in there. Okay, we got it. Anyway, it's an affiliate code, so I may make a small commission if you choose to use it. There's no pressure, you guys. There's other codes out there, but thank you so much if you do. I always, of course, really appreciate it. Now let's take a look first at the toolkit. Again, for those of you that aren't necessarily familiar with the company, I want to show you what their standard and default toolkit is here, which I feel like has some nice upgrades compared to your standard run-of-the-mill diamond painting toolkit. So for example, instead of just the skinny pink pen, you have a slightly more ergonomic and shaped, they call this a twist and pick pen. It also comes preloaded with a clear wax, and you twist it to have the wax start coming out the end. And if you run out of what is already in there, twist it back the opposite direction, and they actually give you some additional wax you can use to load in there. They even give you some of their classic pink heart wax. You can also use either of these in the multi-placer ends. They put a 4-placer in here and include a 7-placer you can swap in. This is removable. It also fits their metal multi-placers they sell. You just want to make sure you get the ones that you push in as opposed to the threaded screw-in type. Now we've got some extra bags if you want to store some of your leftover diamonds in those. And my favorite of their toolkit upgrades is the tray. I like how much bigger it is than just a regular tray, and I like to multi-place. So give me a tray that I can pour plenty of diamonds into, and I'm happy kid. We got a removable stopper as well as a sliding lid. These are also stackable. They've got little cutouts at the top and bottom so they can stack. And there is space at the end if you wanted to put a sticker label on there, like the sticker labels we're going to find in here. So let's open this up and see also what our treasure quest card is going to be. Looks like we have a bronze card. I am on a streak of bronze cards at the moment. Now let me explain really briefly. These are treasure quest cards, which are a pretty collectible, shiny, as well as part of a secondary rewards program. Now, DAC has a pretty solid default rewards program that's points-based and everything, and then they have this one that they added on too. And each of these cards has a rank. This is bronze. This is by far the most common, and you're going to mostly get bronze cards. And there's a redemption code here you can scratch off. There's also silver, gold, and black cards. And even though I got a bronze card with this kit, and you're likely to as well, it's also very possible you could get one of the other ranks of cards. And once you get various combinations of the different ranks of cards, you can redeem them for gift cards, things like gift cards or even a custom diamond painting. And I have a video demoing that too. If you're interested, that'll be linked below. Lots of stuff linked below. On the inside of this envelope, there is a bunch of helpful info. I just wanted to point out that they have a Facebook group and a mobile app. Now let's take a look at our colors and our sticker sheet here, as well as the original artwork, which is so dreamy. You know, I love my fantasy artwork, and this is just perfectly that. It's interesting, in the original artwork, the rainbow was really faint, and I feel like DAC made it like, looking at the rendering on the box, you can see the rainbow a little bit better, which I kind of like. Okay, here's our color palette. Ooh, lots of neutrals and muted pastels. I don't know why I expected there might be more pink, but I guess, yeah, it's more neutrals than anything. Anyway, these are sets of pre-cut sticker labels, so you can peel them. They're ready to go. The code you see in the right-hand column is the DMC code for that color. It comes from the DMC brand of floss, like in cross stitch, and most diamond painting companies use this color code system. Diamond Art Club special drills are at the end. Z is going to be fairy dust. AB is going to be AB. So we'll talk about those once we're actually looking at the diamonds in a little bit. But first, let's take a look at the canvas. Kind of get that first impression of the rendering and all that good stuff. All right, this is the bottom. And I will, because I'm not going to be able to fit this all in frame, I can already tell, I will get you a picture of the whole canvas after we get this all unrolled. Look at the pretty little swans. Oh, this is really pretty. So dreamy. Oop, there's our color palette. We'll look more closely at those in a bit. If your canvas wants to roll back in on itself like that, just roll it back the opposite direction. Their canvases are totally fine to do this with, and the glue tolerate it just fine. That'll help it lay flat a little faster. I love it. I see a lot of color blocking at first glance too, so that will help it move along. All right, if you're interested, you can take a look at the screen. I will pop up a picture of the whole canvas and frame so you can see it all at once, all together. Okay, let's go through the features of the kit. Like I said, mostly for those of you that are newer to the company. Branding at the top, Do What Makes You Sparkle, is their tagline. And then the canvas material. It's a thicker canvas material. It's got a really soft backing and stuff. And it's got a little bit of sparkle even to the canvas there, you can see. What I really care about when it comes to the canvas material is what's it like to diamond paint on. And there's a solid. It lays flat well, holds drills well. It doesn't get fussy. It's just nice to diamond paint on. They use poured glue. Let's give this a test. Okay. That is seeming pretty sticky to me. And then we have a thick plastic cover with perforated sections with gray lines to help us see where the edges are. So if you like having designated areas to diamond paint within, you can make use of those perforated sections. They are handy. We have legends on either side of the canvas, the top left as well as the bottom right. Oops, sorry to hit my recording arm real hard there. Bottom left, we have a thumbnail, the title, the size, and copyright. So this piece, like all of DAC's artwork, is legally licensed. That means that Runa has both given permission for the use of this artwork by Diamond Art Club and is being compensated for it as well. And like I said, that is the case with all of their pieces. Here we've got a discount code as well as their socials, and your kit does come with a lifetime warranty. As long as you're the original owner and purchaser of your kit, you're covered under that lifetime warranty, which includes things like if you were to run out of a drill color. If you have any other issues, you can contact customer support and they could take you from there. Now, looking up close, I like to get a sense for what's the symbol clarity look like and how much confetti and color blocking is in this kit. Confetti is where you have lots of color changes in a small area, like you're going to see in the areas with lots of plants in particular in this kit. So areas like that, you're going to be doing more single placing and changing the color out in your tray more often. The opposite of confetti is what we call color blocking, which I mentioned earlier. I was like, oh, it looks like there's a good amount of color blocking. So there's some in the columns, like you can see this symbol here we've got a bunch of. So you can use your multi-placer to zip through that. You'll also have that color in your tray for longer. So that tends to go faster. Now, if the colors in her face look a little bit off to you at all, keep in mind that the symbol does kind of distort the actual color. Like this is making this look like this color is going to be darker than it actually is. But once you have that light, like beige ivory color down, it's not going to appear as dark as just the printed render does. So I very trust the process when it comes to her face. I wonder if we're going to have any special drills back here in the sky maybe, but here's also just perfect example of color blocking. So yeah, it looks like we have like the greenery, that's going to be confetti heavy, but then a lot of these columns and stuff are going to be more color blocking heavy, which will be nice. A nice mix of both, I feel like, keeps it interesting, but also keeps it moving. And there's our rainbow is color blocking too. Really faint rainbow. Okay, the symbol clarity looks good. My overall first impressions of the render just from looking at the printing on the canvas look really good. I'm guessing this is another one of those kits that the size was probably determined by like trying to get enough detail in her face, and probably the swans too. And maybe the flowers. I don't know. That's their wheelhouse, not mine. But yeah, this could be a bigger kit for sure. Let me see. I like to just check the size for posterity. All right, we are true to size, maybe like a couple tenths of a centimeter off, but I give them wiggle room when it comes to that anyway. Here we go with drills. Please wish future Katie luck with rolling these back up to pack away, because my gosh, this was really packed in there tightly. All right. So there's our color palette. Yeah, pale pastels and neutrals. This is very like soothing color palette. We are starting off, our second color is a special drill. So we've got Z3824. Now this is a really pretty pale orange or kind of a peachy fairy dust color. Now fairy dust diamonds have a pearlescent kind of look that comes from, it looks like someone brushed a fine glitter coating on the tops of these diamonds. These lighter colors, sometimes it is hard for me to really capture that effect. It is really subtle, but it is there. I am definitely seeing it in person. You can see it on some of these drills here, that glittery look. So this does stand out, especially when they're like together and next to regular diamonds. That extra sparkle will stand out, but it's not going to be as in your face as something like an AB diamond, which I think there was one AB color in this one. So it looks like maybe the special drills in this one might be a little more understated, which is completely fine. The artwork is a little bit more muted when it comes to the colors, so that is fine by me. Now, some of these colors you're going to have multiple bags of, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bags of 842, that light brown. These drills are not in DMC order. While the DMC code is printed on the bag, these are actually rather in order of weight, or the amount of diamonds. Which, this was really helpful for me with a recent project I kitted up. There's a bunch of stragglers in these. How funny. That happens sometimes. Just something with the packing sometimes. But I used that with a recent kit that I kitted up that you guys have not seen yet, but you will see soon. That it had a lot of colors, and I actually kitted up with all the drills that there were the least of all the drills that there were the least of. I started with that smaller strands and worked my way up so that I could start with the smallest Elizabeth Ward containers I have and fill those up, and then gradually work my way up to bigger ones. Here's our next special drill. I don't know if that made any sense. I just completely stopped. I'm all tongue-tied tonight. It's fine. I need to take a nap. Here's our next special drill. It is Z745. It is a really pretty pale yellow fairy dust, and you can actually see that glitter coating a little bit better than we could see on the peachy one. These are square drills, and I feel like Diamond Art Club square drills are pretty solid in terms of quality. I like working with their square drills. I'm doing one from them right now that is just very easy and stress-free to work with. Square drills, I feel like it really matters what the quality is like in particular, because they sit up flush against each other on all sides. So if there's trashy bits, like little tabs sticking off the side, or if they're inconsistent in size and shape, then it is going to be kind of a problem, because then they're not going to sit neatly. They're going to pop off the canvas because there's not space. And DAC squares, I so rarely run into that as an issue, which I am so grateful for, because I do not like to fight with my drills. Our other special drills are in this strand. First, we have our one and only AB in this kit, which is AB 5200. Now, AB stands for Aurora Borealis. These ones get their name from the Northern Lights and have a very sparkly and striking iridescent coating that is going to definitely jump out at you, more than fairy dust will. And it's going to stand out from the drills around it, draw your eye to where it has been charted, and has like a multicolor effect on the top, especially these white ones. It's like a rainbowy kind of look. Our last special drill is this fairy dust color that we have 2 bags of, Z471, and this olive green fairy dust is gorgeous. My gosh, you can definitely see the sparkle on these. I love a green fairy dust color. It's one of my favorites, which is funny because historically green is one of my least favorite colors to actually work with. All right, and last strand here. This will just be the little straggler strand that we have little bits left of. I feel like overall, maybe I'm seeing a slight uptick in the number of colors DAC is doing with their kits. And I'm not mad about it. I feel like it lets them match the original artwork maybe a little more closely, so I'll take it. Now, let me take just a really quick peek ahead of you at where our special drills are going to go. I don't think this is going to be too tricky, knock on wood, but I'm going to take a quick look ahead of you anyway, and I'll be right back. Okay, so just as a refresher, for our fairy dust colors, we had 2 bags of the olive green, a small bag of a pale yellow fairy dust, and then a bag of like a peachy, like a darker peachy fairy dust color. And then we had 1 bag of a white AB. So these actually weren't too terrible to find. And some of these I'm going to give you more of a just general explanation of where they go. For example, the olive green fairy dust is going to be one of the light to medium toned AB color, green colors, in kind of like the greenery in the bushes. There's not a ton of it in the bushes, but there is some. There's some in the lily pads, like this particular shade, this shade, this shade, this shade, this shade as well. So again, kind of one of these medium toned fairy dust green colors. And then the yellow fairy dust, the really pale yellow fairy dust, there's this pale yellow color in here, this pale yellow right here, a little bit right here, this like plant that's hanging over, and then same over here, these pale yellow colors are the pale yellow fairy dust. The peachy fairy dust color is going to be in some of the flowers. So in this flower right here, it's not the lightest pink color, it's the one right next to it, sparkled there, some of this like flower on the lily pad, and then in several of these flowers over here is the peachy fairy dust color. The white AB is going to be the white color in the swan's neck, coming around this way. It's in the water a little bit here. It's the white color in the water. You can see this white here. It's the white color in this one as well. And the white patches here. Now, the flower that the swan is holding has some of that peachy fairy dust, and then there's lines of peach fairy dust all throughout the gal's, like, her hair and her outfits. There's actually big, chunky lines of it all through here. Make sure you get a little bit of glare, but not bad. These pink colors back here, some of these pink colors right here. So that peachy fairy dust is really in a lot of places in our Nymph gal here. And then our white AB is going to be this white color. Some of it's in her hair, some of it is in her dress, like the outline of her dress. It's also a few spots in here. It's her necklace is made up of white ABs. Little sleeve right here is white ABs and more in her hair. So lots of special drills here in general. The flowers have some of the peachy fairy dust. So yeah, lots of special drills there. The olive color fairy dust is going to be one of these light to medium tone green colors throughout the vines, like the flowers wrapping around. There's also some of the peachy fairy dust in the centers of several of these flowers as well. Same thing with the greenery in the vines over here, some of the olive fairy dust, some of the peach fairy dust, and that's just going to be the case all throughout these different green areas. Now, there's no special drills in the rainbow, and honestly, sorry for the glare, given how subtle the rainbow is in the original artwork, I am really okay with that. If you're someone that likes to add special drills to your painting, this will be a really obvious spot to do it, but I would, if it were me, I would keep it really subtle, like maybe fairy dust or similar, something just a little bit of subtle extra. But again, the original artwork, it's so very muted that I like that Diamond Art Club didn't go really overboard with it. There's a little bit more of that pale yellow fairy dust in a few of these areas up here, like it's sprinkled through here, this spot here, and there's a tiny patch of it right there. And then otherwise, we have some of the peach fairy dust and some of these flowers and a little bit of the olive fairy dust in a few spots as well. Here, through this vine, so on and so forth. So you kind of, oh, and this fixture right here actually has a bunch of that peach fairy dust. Like almost color blocked in there. So that's going to have some extra sparkle too. A little bit, I see 2 of the pale yellow fairy dust right here. Oh, and over here too. So a little bit of the yellow fairy dust as well. As always, very likely, very, very likely that I missed some special drills in this one, but hopefully that gave you an overall idea. Main spots are going to be the green and the peach colors in the flowers, and then the white AB that's in the swans and in her dress and in her hair. There's a lot of special drills. And I really like that. How Diamond Art Club charts their special drills tends to be something that I like best about their paintings. I feel like they have such an eye for it, and at least it matches my own personal taste. I like how they find the areas that it makes sense to enhance and give a little bit of extra sparkle, and also gives you a foundation. If you are someone that wants to add even more, you can totally do that. But hopefully this gave you a solid look at the Nymph's Garden by Runa Mareuty and Diamond Art Club. Now this kit, along with the other new releases, are going to be coming out tomorrow, which is Saturday, April 4th. April 4th, we're in April, first April release. There's some gorgeous kits coming out this weekend, you guys. I know I am going to be shopping for sure. And I would just say keep an eye out for some of the other previews and sneak peeks at some of the ones they've already shown. There have been some amazing ones, and I am excited to hear from you if you're going to be doing some shopping this weekend. Is this one going to be on your shopping list for tomorrow? Is it going to be on your wish list for someday, or one you just enjoy it vicariously through others? As a quick reminder, Diamond Art Club's new releases come out at 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That is the general release. If you're in the Diamond or Ruby tier of the rewards program, you do get an early access window starting half an hour before that. So 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern Time. This is artwork that if it does sell out during the early access window, they should hold back stock for the general release. And if it is a must-have for you, I will always suggest setting an alarm so you can hopefully snag any of your must-haves this weekend. So anyway, you guys, I hope that this video was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you want to see more diamond painting videos from me. I would love to have you here. I do unboxings and reviews from a lot of different companies, as well as diamond painting tutorials and how-tos, and I also do weekly whip and chats if you want some company while you're crafting on Monday mornings. But I'm gonna let you guys go. I hope you're doing very well. Have a great weekend and happy crafting. I will talk to you in the next one. Bye, guys.